it's Brandi and welcome to my movie review channel on YouTube. All right, so for today's fall October treat, if you haven't watched my videos, I've just kind of been tasting a fall treat, usually pumpkin, something pumpkin, but not always, just kind of spice up a little bit of stuff. Today's fall treat is as you can tell, I've already been nibbling on it, is a pumpkin cookie, Pillsbury. You just pop it in the oven. It's pumpkin and then it has cream cheese chocolate chips. I don't know why I said chocolate chips. They're not chocolate chips. Cream cheese chips. There we go. They're not chocolate. No chocolate in this cookie whatsoever. Okay, before I get to my movie reviews, I would love for you to subscribe below and click the little bell icon, or at the end you can click on my face and then you can subscribe that way as well. Okay, so for today's movie review, I'm going to be talking about a 2020 horror movie called The Empty Man. All right, family friendly, definitely not family friendly. It's rated R, so just discretion on that. It is a horror movie, and it is, when I say horror movie, it is a horror movie. Sometimes they say horror movies and it's not a horror movie. This is a horror movie. Might creep the kiddos out. Yeah. Okay, so summary. All right, so there is this supernatural creature per se, and they call them the Empty Man. And how the legend has it is, if you get a empty bottle, you blow in the empty bottle, the glass empty bottle, you say the Empty Man, his name, then there's 3 different phases of what the Empty Man does. I think the first day is you start to hear him, and then the third day, then you eventually start to see him. Well, there's this ex-cop that tries to help his friend find his friend's daughter, and finds that there's actually this cult that tries to summon this supernatural being. I don't want to give too much away, but that is the gist of the summary of this movie. All right, so positives. I will say that I love horror movies. I don't know if y'all know, but I love horror movies. They're one of my favorite genres. This was actually a pretty scary horror movie. It wasn't super, super scary, maybe The Conjuring, but it was I was on edge of my seat. It wasn't just suspenseful. I was a little bit disturbed, during the movie and then, after the movie. So it did a really good job with, keeping you suspense with the movie and kind of on edge of your seat, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Ooh, this is kind of scary in a sense. Yeah, and then, the plot was pretty creative. I thought with them taking with this creature at the beginning, they did a really good job at the beginning. It was really good at the beginning with this creature. Don't want to give too much away of what happens. So I thought it was creative in the sense. Negatives though. The movie was a little bit confusing. I was kind of confused throughout the movie of what is going on, what is this being. At the end, I feel it didn't really do that great of a job to explain how the cult was involved. I just feel they could have did a little bit better job, especially with the main actor who was the ex-cop. They didn't really explain his background as much as I thought they could have. I think they could have did a lot better job with that. So that was the most negative to me, in my opinion. That just pay attention really closely to try to piece all the pieces together and figure out, what is going on in the movie and who is this creature? What does this ex-cop have to do? Just pay really close attention to that. Okay, honestly, those are the only positive and negatives that I can kind of think of with this movie. I would rate this movie a 3 out of 5 pumpkins. If you haven't been watching my channel, I've been rating the movie based on pumpkins because it's October. I don't normally base it on pumpkins, but because it's October, I was wow, the cute little pumpkins. I'm going to rate it on pumpkins. So I'm going to rate this movie 3 out of 5 pumpkins. I would recommend, going and seeing it. Of course, support your local movie theaters. If you go to the actual movie, if you can't make it to the movie, you should rent it on demand. I think it was a movie worth watching. The only reason why I didn't give it 4 out of 5 pumpkins was that it was a little bit confusing. Maybe it was because it was late at night. I've been doing that lately, watching the movies late at night to where I'm a little bit tired and brain dead from work. But I feel they just could have explained it a little bit better and pieced it all together. That's why I did not rate it a 4 out of 5. Like I said though, I would recommend y'all watch it because it was a good, decent horror movie, you know? Yeah, they haven't really made too many horror movies this year, so it was good seeing a horror movie with October because, you know, usually October has all the scary movies and they've unfortunately postponed a lot of them. But I will say there is a movie coming out called Come Play. It is another horror movie, and I will be reviewing that when it comes out. I believe it actually comes out this week or next week, so I will be reviewing that shortly. All right, y'all. Until then, you know, keep watching those movies, keep eating that popcorn. Maybe throw a little bit of pumpkin in, you know, like this Pillsbury cookie. Again, be careful to warm it up the next day because it is a little bit crunchy with the pumpkin cookie. Until then, I will see y'all on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye now.